Hi, my name is Katie Guaz, Independent Paparazzi Consultant, number 29024, and I would like to show you today how to invoice your customers through PayPal. So this is the PayPal screen that comes up. You're going to simply click on Tools, go down to Invoicing, and it will bring up another screen, which will be your invoicing screen. This is also where you can manage invoices. You click Create New Invoice, and it'll bring up your invoice that you're going to use. You can set up your own templates in PayPal, which is great because then you can include all of your information as well as your business information. Okay, so the first thing that I do when I invoice is I come over to due date. If you select from the drop down, there's different things you can choose. I'm always going to do due on date specified. I bill for 24 hours is when it's going to be due. It's going to bring up this for a calendar. So mine is going to be due November 2nd is when this invoice will be due for my customer. Okay. You come over to bill to. This is where you're going to enter the address of your customer. When you start to have a customer base in PayPal, you will be able to bring them up by name. I'm going to simply type in and bill myself. So I'm going to bring myself up. Okay, and it's going to show that I'm going to bill, and there's my email address. So we're going to come down here. Notice that when I click on the description, there's many items that populate. I will show you how to get those to happen. So if I have a customer, she bought a bracelet, just one. If you look over here, the quantity is 1, so we're going to leave that. My price for my bracelet is already populating for $5, and the tax is already populating for 8%. Those are presets that you can do for your invoicing, and it's going to save you a lot of time. So if I have a customer who only bought one bracelet, we'll come down. The subtotal will be 5. You're going to see your tax, which is 40 cents. So one of my item totals is going to be $5.40. Okay, so let's say the customer also bought earrings, but she bought 2 pairs. So we go over to the quantity. We're going to put 2 at $5 each is going to then give us $10. So it's going to have your subtotal be $15, and your taxes will go up to $1.20, so a subtotal is $16.20. Okay, so if for some reason you add a line and then you realize that you shouldn't have added it, you simply click on the line. So over here, say she didn't buy earrings and I was mistaken, you can click here and it'll delete the line for you. Okay. Another thing you can do is if your customer, if you want to add like a little detailed description, I do not always do this, but you can do this if you would like to. Say you want to put down the name of the bracelet. So let's say, for instance, the name is going to be, like Hope's Connection. Okay, so you could add the name of the bracelet, and then that way the person would know what they purchased. Again, I don't always do this. Actually, I don't ever put that in there. But you can feel free to do that. It's how you want to do it, so kind of play around with it. We also want to make sure that we charge shipping. You're going to have to add the shipping in each time. So I always bill a straight flat $4 for shipping. So there's my shipping. So it equals to $9.40. When you come down here, you can put a nice note to your recipient. I don't ever put anything too long, but I put something to try to personalize my invoice for this customer. So you could type, "Hi, Katie," and thank them. Thank you, so much for attending, Holly's Facebook party. I do like to personalize what they buy. So she had bought a bracelet. So what you could say is, I know you will love your new bracelet. It's one of my favorites. The pink. How about the shade of pink? Is so pretty. Okay, you just kind of want to make something so they realize that you do remember them and you do know what they purchased. Okay, terms and conditions is where I always include my exchange and return policy. I highly suggest everyone have some type of policy in place. Mine I keep under my notes, so I simply click on notes and it's right here, so it's very easy. I just highlight, copy, and come back here and right click, paste. Okay, so right there is my invoice. So if you notice at the bottom, you can do a preview. So this is what we'll preview, is what my customer is going to see when they open my invoice. Okay, it's going to have a lot of information as far as who I am and why I'm invoicing them. Their bracelet, how much it is. There's your note, and there's your terms and conditions. Okay, so you're simply going to click send. So once that sends to your customer, a lot of times I will get customers that indicate they didn't receive the invoice. A lot of times your invoice is going to go to their junk mail, and maybe they're not familiar with that or how to, retrieve mail from there. So if you go here and click on the invoice, there's a great new thing that PayPal just added. You click on more and share link. So this link is going to come up, okay? So if you read it, instead of emailing your invoice, what you can do is just take this link. You're just going to right click, copy. What I do is we'll go into Facebook Messenger, and I will go under there and just tell my customer if they're having difficulty finding the email, to make it easier, please click on the link below, and this is an easy way to pay your invoice. So that gives them the opportunity to just click on the link, and then it takes them right to the invoice to pay. The only thing I've noticed is with this feature, it has to be used on a computer. You are not able to do it through a phone. And I've had some customers who tell me they can't, even though they're on a computer, it's still not working. I've also had many customers who have paid through this. So it's something easy to do that maybe you could use. Okay, so now let's look at my items that came up. Again, I'm still under invoice. Anytime you need to see invoicing, just click on that invoice. It's going to be all listed here. So I click on my items, and you see I have bracelets, earrings, hair clips, headband, jewelry, necklace, ring. Okay, so if you want to add an item, so say I want to add, let's see, we also have children's items that are named Charlotte Shimmer. The price for those is $1. It's going to be US dollars. And then here, because I already have items set up, my tax rate is already listed, which is 8%. If you need to add yours, you'll just click Add Tax. So I'm going to do my tax and click Save. Okay, so the next time I go into bill, if I have any Starlit Shimmer items, those will show up so that I can just click on that, and it'll show up for $1 with the 8% tax. You can always see, again, if you go back to Tools Invoicing, there is the invoice that I just did. If you need to remind the customer, maybe tomorrow comes and I just want to send like a reminder, you can click Remind. It'll show up, You can choose to send yourself a copy of the reminder. It'll just say your payment is due for this invoice. You can simply type, hi Katie, please be sure to pay your invoice by today, and thank them. Thanks again. People get busy, they need reminders. And then click send reminder. And that's pretty much how you create an invoice through PayPal.